Today on Sports Showtime, we look at how the LSU Softball team did with the luck of the Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
And later we go inside March Madness with our very own Derek Cobb.
That's all coming your way and much more. Sports Showtime's Sport Desk starts right now. Welcome to the Sports Desk, a segment of Sports Showtime. I'm Sydney Armstrong.
And I'm Bat Brunner. Women's basketball starts up the NCAA tournament this weekend, and what better place to host it than right across the street at the PMAC?
Right, yes, right, you are, Bat, in our very own backyard, and the team likes their seating for the tournament. Now, starting things off, the LSU Women's Basketball team discovered their postseason fate last night during their Selection Monday watch party at the PMAC. LSU found out they'll be a 6th seed in the Women's NCAA tournament, facing 11th seed Wisconsin Green Bay in the first round right here in Baton Rouge. Now, if the Lady Tigers advance to the second round, they'll play the winner of the 3rd seed Penn State and 14th seed Cal Poly contest. Forward Teresa Plaisant said she likes where her team sits in the tourney.
We're in a great spot, and we're going to come out and do our best and have a great run in the tournament. We're going to work really hard this week and get everything ready for tournament time, and now it's do or die now.
And here's a look at the Baton Rouge section of the bracket. Be sure to tune into Tiger TV this Sunday at 4 p.m. for our own special edition of the Tiger TV Tailgate Show March to New Orleans, where we give an in-depth look at the LSU storylines and matchups entering the tournament.
While the women's team punched their ticket to March Madness, the LSU men's basketball team season ended without a postseason bid. LSU had hoped for a spot in the NIT after finishing 19-12 in Johnny Jones' first season as the team's head coach. People, that's good for LSU basketball. But when the tournament did not come calling, LSU declined a bid to participate in the CBI and just end their season. In his postseason press conference, head coach Johnny Jones explains why.
I think it really depends on the makeup of your team and what you're trying to really get accomplished at that time. And I thought the NIT would present a great challenge for us, provided you don't make the NCAA tournament. So we just really thought that at that time that our focus.
Well, on another note, Jones also says that he encouraged starting forward the big man, Johnny O'Brien, to seek out all available options before deciding on if he'll return to LSU next year.
Told Johnny yesterday I wanted him to make sure that he have an opportunity to evaluate the information once he have an opportunity to get it back. And at that time, I want him to make the best decision for him and his family. And at that time, the best decision for him and his family could be putting on an LSU uniform next year.
Well, to take a further look into LSU decision on why not to play in the CBI tournament, we have our own Patrick Clay with us here. Patrick, thanks for coming in.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks for having me. I've never been on your show before. Figured I'd come around and check it out.
Thanks for stopping by.
It's great to have people. He's a big deal. He's a sports producer here.
He is.
So, well, director, excuse me, people. That's our very own Alex Ramsey. That's our producer. But, well, Patrick, we've heard what Coach Jones had to say about why LSU turned down the CBI. Do you agree?
I have to say it's commendable what Johnny Jones is trying to do. He's trying to establish LSU as the premier program, one that if it's not the NCAA or the NIT, they're saying no. But right now, except for the 1980s, LSU doesn't have that luxury. You don't have the ability to just say, oh, we don't deserve to be in a third-tier postseason tournament just because we feel like we're on this level. It would have been a great opportunity to reward this overachieving LSU program with postseason play, someone that no one saw coming anyway, and a chance for seniors like Charles Carmouche, Andrew Del Piero to get just that one more game potentially in their college careers, freshman experience. It could have been invaluable.
Could have showed what they really have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of the players, Coach Jones mentioned that Johnny O'Brien III may be going to the NBA. I mean, do you agree with that decision that he's going to take?
Well, we're not absolutely sure which one he's going to go yet, but I don't think he's ready. If he does decide to go to the NBA, I think that's a stretch. He's shown a lot of improvement this year, especially in conference play. As Alex and I have talked about on bottom of the ninth, he showed improvement in his stats in conference play as compared to non-conference. That almost never happens. He's improved his conditioning, his ability to go out of a double team, as he was pretty much the only dominant post player for LSU this past year. but he's still not ready. He's got to work on his jumper. He's got to work on being able to be a better passing teammate. If he comes back, he'll have less of a load to carry with the recruiting class coming in. It could only help him.
Yeah.
Well, guys, you heard it from a very credible source. We'll have to see what happens with that. But thank you so much, Pat. We're
Yeah,
very
thank
much
you for
appreciate
stopping
coming
on by here.
Absolutely. Glad. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. On St. Patty's Day, the LSU softball team looked to complete their first SEC series sweep of the season against the 17th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats. Sports Showtime reporter Johnny Lombardi tells us why the luck of the Irish helped the Tigers on Sunday.
On Go Green Day at Tiger Park, LSU fans and players decked themselves out in their purple, gold, and green attire as the LSU softball team looked to channel the luck of the Irish against number 17 Kentucky on St. Patrick's Day. In a league where conference series sweeps are at a premium, LSU fought hard to put themselves into position to take the lead, but failed to convert on many early key opportunities.
Early on in today's game, the luck of the Irish was not on the Tigers' side, but that all changed in the bottom of the 6th inning.
In the 6th inning, Bianca Bell led the Tiger rally with a leadoff double, and the Tigers took the 3-2 lead with an eventual game-winning base hit by A.J. Andrews.
You know, she is our spark. She really is. As Bianca goes, we go. And whether she's swinging the bat well or not is really insignificant to what she does for this team emotionally.
After a few rough innings, LSU starting pitcher Ashley Chuckner was able to settle into her zone with a complete game 2-hitter and sent the Wildcats packing in the top of the 7th to secure the LSU sweep.
I just tried to really focus on, throwing my pitches and, not, hanging anything over the plate and just, working the count.
We're a team that never gives up, so we definitely give our all every time we get up to bat, and we never think the game is over, whether we're winning, or whether we're down 1 or down 6. Like, the game isn't over until it's over.
Johnny Lombardi, Tiger TV Sports.
The LSU softball team continues their home stretch at Tiger Park tonight, the doubleheader against Georgia Southern. And guys, it's halftime, which means Derek Kopp's coming up next. The Sports Desk, we know you all have your March Madness brackets chosen. Well, we hope you do at least.
Yeah, this year it's going to be a difficult year to pick those brackets. Crazy year in the season. March is only going to be crazier. We got that, the Hornets, and free agency. Much more coming up after the break. Welcome back to Sports Showtime. I'm Derek Kopp with this week's edition of Around the Nation. And what a week it has been for NFL free agency, as almost every single team in the NFL has made some kind of movement since free agency opened last Tuesday. And with the new salary cap rules, many teams could sign former superstars to cheaper deals than normal for their skill set. Now, each day, more and more free agents are finding new homes. Some of the big names that have found themselves in a new surrounding are veteran tight end Benjamin Watson going from the Browns to your New Orleans Saints, power running back Steven Jackson from the Rams to your hated Falcons, and Patriots former running back Danny Woodhead is taking his talents out west to San Diego. Other major signings in free agency, or have a major impact on NFL next season, would be the NFL's best slot wide receiver, Wes Welker, taking his talents to 5,280 feet and joining future Hall of Fame quarterback Peyton Manning. And another signing that hits close to home for me personally is former Packers wide receiver Greg Jennings, switching from the green and gold to the rival purple people eaters of Minnesota. Ugh. With free agency moving at a rapid pace, I will let you know the new addresses for all of free agency's biggest names after next week. And after enduring one of the craziest, most abnormal basketball seasons in recent memory, madness is back. So in March, break out your pens and brackets, because this year's March Madness promises to be one to remember. Starting in the Midwest region, a strong Louisville team led by iconic coach Rick Pitino will be the #1 seed after a strong regular season in the Big East. The next region to look at is the South region, whose #1 seed is the Rock Chalk Kansas Jayhawks, led by potential #1 overall pick Ben McLemore. And they will see the Hilltoppers in round 1. The next region is the East region, led by a stacked Indiana Hoosiers team, with Victor Oladipo and star center Cody Zeller leading the way. The final region to examine is the West region, which is represented by the surprise team of the year, the Gonzaga Bulldogs, and big center Kelly Olynyk, who ended up losing just 2 games all year, one of which to Butler was on a crazy buzzer beater, and they will see Southern in the first round of the tournament. The tournament begins play tonight as the play-in game featuring North Carolina A&T versus Liberty is on at 6:40 on True TV. And now, moving from madness that is NCAA basketball to the madness that is the New Orleans Hornets season, The Hornets came into Monday's game against the Warriors looking to put a notch in the win column. And let's catch up with the action in the second quarter. Well, this is going to be one of the few highlights of the game for the Hornets as Ryan Anderson with the turnaround jumper. Hornets have the lead, but that would not last very long. Second quarter, Klay Thompson from downtown. Oh yeah, just like his father before him, can stroke. 45-36, Warriors at the half. Second half, this is all Stephen Curry. Let's just take a jump shot from 3-point. Good. How about another one from nearly half court? Oh yeah, that's good. He's making his own 3-point contest out here. And a third one. Yep, that's right. He just cannot be stopped. Curry led the Warriors with 30 points. Warriors would win 91-72. And the Hornets have also lost 11 of the last 14 games. And for the poor Hornets, their schedule does not look any easier from here on out as they host the Boston Celtics tomorrow, who are looking to rebound themselves after their tough loss to the Heat. You can catch the game on Fox New Orleans at 7 o'clock. And thanks for watching Around the Nation. I'm Derek Kopp. I'll see you next Tuesday for all your national sports news. Back to Sydney and Bat.
Well, thanks, Derek. Now, coming up after the break, LSU football's very own Harlem Shake video.
There's one very special guest in this video, Les Miles. Surprised? I'm not, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to the show, and thanks for staying tuned because we have something very special for you. Now, we want to leave you with a little video of Les Miles dancing. Well, more like their lack thereof of dancing.
Sydney, does the Harlem Shake really showcase a person's dancing skills? Maybe you can help him out up there.
I don't know, let's look at this video.
Let's check it
out. Well, one right now, just a nice little huddle, but holy moly, he's going to break it out, and he's going to start shaking a little bit, and yeah, I just don't really know about those dance moves. Not very good dance moves, I would say. I mean, that's Les, but you can't blame him, that's just him.
I love the video, it's great. And with that said, folks, that's it for tonight on Sports Showtime. You can watch full episodes online at tigertv.tv.
Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for the latest news at ttv_sports.
We're here Tuesday through Thursday at 6 o'clock on Campus Channel 75. Tune in and catch up with us. For Sydney Armstrong, I'm Bat Brunner, and I'm out of catchphrases. Good night, everybody.